everything about you.
Alright guys, got the Mustang back in the shop. In the last video you saw me tear down the rear of the car, found a lot of rust in the trunk, which is expected. Tonight I'm gonna try my best to get a lot of the interior stuff out and just see what else I can take off. But yeah, let's get into this. Sorry, it's gonna be a little loud tonight in the shop. There's a few other techs here working. They're working on some big projects also, so just bear with me please. Sorry for the noise. First thing I'm gonna do is take out the two front seats. It's pretty simple. There's 4 studs on each seat and 4 1/2-inch nuts. You can see there's little access holes. Sometimes they have covers in them. Like if you're like me, you don't. I have them, but I haven't put them in yet. Normally if I was gonna take the seats out, I'd throw it on my 2-post lift. But right now I currently have a rear body job there that I just don't feel like moving, being kind of lazy about it. But I'm just gonna probably put it on jack stands and get under the car. The nuts, whenever I was taking it out of the bottom of the seat, that they didn't fall through the holes. They're in this box here. Sometimes that happens when they fall and the nut doesn't hit or go through the hole just right. So I'll have to fish those out from the bottom with a magnet. So whenever I got this car, this floorboard was completely rotted through. I mean, you could see the ground beneath it. So the first thing that I did whenever I got this car was replace the floor pans on both sides, including the seat risers. After I welded the floor pans in and the seat riser, I seam sealed all the seams where I had welded, and then covered that with POR 15, and then put a thin coat of like bed liner over the top of that. I rolled it on so it looks really smooth. But I like how it turned out. I mean, obviously it needs to be cleaned out and dusted, but it turned out pretty well for the fact that I was doing it in a garage back home with a really small MIG welder. So if anyone's wondering, these are the Flowmaster purple hornies paired up to the Hooker long tube headers. And I mean, it's super loud, and I would eventually plan to continue the exhaust all the way to the back, because right now it's dumping under the passenger seats. And it's so loud, and sometimes you get the exhaust fumes. Next I'm going to take out the rear seat. It's probably a little hard to see in here because it's so dark and I can't get my lighting right. But on this bottom section, all you have to do is lift up and slide out. It's really simple. Okay, for the top section, normally there's 2 bolts in the bottom of each one of these brackets down here. Same deal, super simple, 2 bolts and then lift up. Alright, next I need to take out the package tray and the aftermarket speakers that I put in so that I can get the 2 quarter trims out. And then we'll keep going. So these 2 clips here should get this out. It's been a while since I put this in, so I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so the original package tray that came with this car was pretty much rotted out because they're just vinyl covered cardboard. So I ended up making this one because I didn't want to have to buy a $50 piece of cardboard to fit in here and then cut holes in it for the speakers. So I just cut it out of plywood and painted it black. Alright, now that I got the package tray out, I can move on to the quarter trims. But first, I need to take out the quarter window cranks. It uses a 3/32 Allen key to release the set screw that's in it. Now that I got that out, I can move on to the Phillips heads that surround the panel. Normally there's also a strip of wind lace here, but being that I color changed my interior from navy blue to black, that's not there because I haven't replaced that yet. But all it takes now is a little lift and it comes out. Maybe. There it is. See, it's got this lip here that holds it in. Alright, I'm gonna take the glove box off next, or the glove box door. I'm pretty sure it's just a Phillips head holding the strap here, and then a 3 5/16 bolt. Alright, next I'm going to take off the door panel and the door handle and window crank. So this side, on the driver's side, my window crank is the clip style, but on the passenger side it's the screw style. So I'm going to have to probably go with the screw style just because I like that style a little better. It's easier to get off and service. And then the handle is the screw style, so it's pretty easy. And then once I take the door panel off, it's just clipped around the perimeter of the door panel, or door card, whatever you want to call it. They do make a specific tool to take these off, but I don't currently have one here with me. So I'm gonna end up doing it the hard way. So it's got a clip like this. So what I like to do is try to get a big tool around it and just pull it out so it comes off the stud. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I feel like I got a pretty good amount of the interior out. Still got some stuff to do, like the stuff that's under the dash, like take the radio out, steering wheel, instrument cluster, all that stuff. Still need to get what's left of the headliner out. There's not much in there. The original had fallen out and someone had cut it. It's got some little surface rust on the roof. Shouldn't be too hard to deal with. But yeah, if there's anything that y'all want to see, drop a comment either on my Instagram or on the YouTube video. Any of them. Just let me know what you want to see. I'm gonna hopefully start the bodywork soon, cut the quarters off, and get this thing rolling.